Hi guys, it's Kathy. So tonight I am fairly excited. I'm going on a date with my boyfriend. Haven't been on one for months. So we're going to a very nice restaurant in town, which will be really lovely, and I thought I'd doll myself up a little bit for it, as you do. So I thought you might like to see how I get ready for a night out. This can also be taken for, I suppose, if you're wanting to see me getting ready in the morning. Tone this down by about half and you probably get what I end up doing. But I am going to be wearing a very lovely flowy Grecian green dress, so I thought I'd match that up with very green eyes and a brownie plum lip. So if you want to see how I achieve this look, please keep watching. Alright, the first thing as always we do is we prime our face. So I am taking my Makeup Forever HD foundation primer, which I absolutely love this stuff. Feels amazing when you put it on. I'm just going to put it all over my face. Now, just taking, I'm not putting concealer on in this video, so I'm just going to take my foundation and I'm going to be applying it with a stippling brush today. And again, I'm using my Makeup Forever HD foundation. This one is in, I can't remember now, RH10, I think that's the colour. And I also have a slightly darker one, which is N153. Which I use to basically darken up my foreheads and the sides of my cheeks where I'm naturally slightly darker. So applying it to the back of my hand, I find 1 and a bit pumps is usually plenty. I'm not wanting full coverage. And then just dabbing my brush in, and basically I'm just going to apply it with a dabbing motion. Next, taking a powder, I'm using my CoverGirl press powder and a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to apply this all over my face to mattify it. Right, I generally leave my cheeks till last, so I'll be zooming in and we'll get right onto the eyes. The first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyes, and I am using Urban Decay's Primer Potion. This is just one of my travel size ones that I got in a set from some time. Next, taking my NYX Waiting for Tonight palette, I am going to be taking the very light green, and I'm just going to be applying this over my lid. Now, taking my Too Faced Sweet Indulgence palette, I'm going to be taking the dark green colour, which is Pastel, which is this colour here, and it's just this beautiful, glittery, shimmery, rich forest green. I'm going to be applying this into my outer V corner and then my crease, and also for me my upper hood, which is basically just where because I have hooded eyes, my eye tends to fall over the lid. So taking any sort of crease brush, I'm using my MAC 219, which is actually a pencil brush, but it works well. Alright, taking from my Waiting for Tonight palette, there's a very dark green colour in it, this one right here. I'm just going to be applying this right into the crease itself just to give a little bit extra definition. So again, using the same brush is fine. Next, taking a fluffy blending brush, this is my MAC 217, and I'm just going to buff that out ever so slightly up the top to start to blend it up nicely. Now taking a matte colour, this is from again my Waiting for Tonight palette, and it's a very light cool brown, this one here, and I'm going to use this to just sort of blend away in the inner just to make it look a little bit more natural so I get more of a winged appearance. For that I'm going to use a fairly large shader brush. This is a Sigma E55. Now taking a stiff flat liner brush, I'm going to be taking In the Buff, which is from my Sweet Indulgence palette, and it's just a matte white, and I'm going to use this to highlight under my brow. And finally for the eyes, I want to really brighten up the inner, my lid basically, so I'm going to take my Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetic pigment in Obscure, which is, it's almost a white pigment, but it's actually an iridescent light green, and it's just going to look lovely in the inner half of my eyelid. Alright, that's the eyeshadow pretty much done. Now I'm going to do my brows, and I'm just using the dark brown colour from my Waiting for Tonight palette, which is this one up here. And finally, to finish off the eyes, I'm just going to put on some mascara and some black eyeliner. I'm not doing any eyeshadow under the eyes just because I don't want this to be too much for a look. That does the eyes. Now we're going to move on to the cheeks. For the cheek section, I'm going to be using my Too Faced Sweet Indulgence palette, and I'm going to be using the face part, funny enough, which is this section here. So you got your blushes, your bronzers and your highlight. And I'm going to be using my angled contouring fluffy brush, which is very nice. So I'm going to start off with the contour, and I'm going to be using the exclusive bronzer, which is this darker colour here. I'm just going to be applying this to basically the hollow of my cheeks. I should mention that I don't generally do a lot of contouring. I find I don't really need to. My biggest thing is highlighting, so you may not be able to see it on camera. There is a little bit there, but I don't tend to do too much. Next, taking my blush, which is Papa Don't Peach, which is a lovely peachy colour, and I'm just going to apply it, funny enough, where you normally apply blush. And finally, taking the highlight, which is Candlelit Glow, which is this beautiful shimmery, sheeny colour. I can't use much of this because otherwise it makes me look sort of garish, but I find just a little bit on the cheeks is beautiful. Alright, now that I've got basically the three colours on, I'm actually going to buff them all together just using my fluffy brush, and this will just make them all blend really, really nicely. And finally for the face, I'm going to just be setting everything, and I'm going to be using my Ben Nye Neutral Set, which, as I'm sure you're aware by now, is the only one that I swear by, basically. And that does the face, so now we're going to get onto the lips. So to start with, I'm going to line my lips, and I'm using my Colour Sensational lip liner in Rose. It's a very, very cheap, no-name brand, but I love this colour and it works well, so who's going to complain? And for the lipstick, I am taking a Maybelline lipstick. This one is in Cocoa Plum. So So yes, so this is my final product. I'm hoping it doesn't get completely ruined when I eat my fantastic dinner for tonight. But thanks very much for watching and getting ready with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, as always, please ask. And please subscribe, you know I love it. Otherwise, until next time, see you later. Bye.